It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Welcome everybody to the Bead Place's live show.
Facebook Live party.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I'm Alex. This is Abby. Thank you for joining us. We do these weekly at 7 p.m. Central.
Yep.
So come hang out with us. Thanks everybody for hanging out. How we doing tonight? Where are we watching from?
Let's see.
Susan and Brandy. Hello, Becky and Barbara. How are we all doing?
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
We are streaming live on our Facebook page and on Abbi Berta, the YouTube channel.
Yes.
If you have not followed either of those,
please do.
Pause, tab over, and go follow those, whether it's on YouTube, subscribe, or follow the Bead Place's Facebook page.
Yeah.
What are we doing today?
We are going to be looking at some beautiful itty bitty baby Czech glass Rondelles. So, what was the deal, Becky? Why wasn't I able to make this meeting? Becky's in chat. Becky, who is our online inventory manager and also our yarn inventory manager, she met with one of our Czech glass vendors, and I couldn't be there for some reason. Was I sick? I don't remember. I couldn't be there. And Becky picked out some fabulous colors. And then I kind of sneakily added 2 after the fact. So I am really, really pleased with this incredible curation of rainbow colors that we have here.
You were sick.
And I was sick. I was sick. Better now. It's been a few weeks. But what we are looking at tonight is 5 by 3 millimeter Czech glass Rondelles. So we are going to look at them, and then we are going to make a bracelet with them. So I'm going to show you an easy way to use almost a full strand of these Czech glass Rondelles to make a bracelet. So if you use the full strand using like this design idea and using the exact beads that I'm using, your bracelet ends up being a little over 8 inch, or it fits a little over an 8-inch wrist. And you can always add more spacer beads if you need to make a bracelet that's a little bit larger than that, or you can take about 5 of the Czech glass beads off to fit about a 6.5-inch wrist. So those were our size estimates, but I want to show you real quick before we actually get into it. So Alex, would you mind switching to the hand cam, and we'll kind of give them a sneak peek at what we'll be making a little bit later this evening, and then we can look at the beads that we are going to be using to make this later this evening. So this is the idea. It's a stretchy bracelet, and I love when charms can kind of float around freely on a bracelet. So I thought it would be really cute to use these itty bitty babies with some of our beautiful little tier cast hex beads between, and then a tube. And on that tube, you can fit the tier cast slide on charms perfectly. And then of course you can add classic charms using a jump ring, and they just kind of float around, but they won't go all the way around, but you get a little bit of movement there. So there's one colorway. Here's another sample colorway that I made. And I just think they're super fun. They're a little jingly, and they look great stacked. So Becky says, I love the tube bead on that. Yeah, me too. I love tube beads just to kind of add like a modern twist. It's like a visual break that then you can kind of do your own thing. So Becky, I don't know if you have the capability, depending on what device you're using, but if you have the ability to link those tube beads, go for it. Otherwise we can just try to find them later on. Okay, Kim says, fun bracelet, happy Wednesday, officially retired from teaching today. Congratulations. Nice. That's awesome. Very cool. What did you teach? All right, cool. So you guys probably see the instructions scrolling across the bottom of your screen, how you can participate tonight if you'd like to purchase or shop the live show. Alex is going to be typing in letters along the or on the screen that correspond to the products that we're looking at. If you'd like to purchase that item, you can just type in letter and then the quantity of strands that you'd like to purchase. If this is your first time shopping our live shows, make sure to send us a message either here on Facebook or through our website to let us know what your email address is, so that way we know where to send your invoice so we can get you your goodies. All right, let's get started. Oh, and if you're shopping the replay, if you're watching this after the fact when it's no longer live, please send us your order in a message or an email, either like through Facebook or through our website, or email us directly, because sometimes Facebook doesn't notify us when new comments come through on old live streams. So we want to make sure you get your goodies before they're sold out. Okie doke. Let's do it. Let's do it. Becky, don't feel obligated to do it. I just thought.
Price.
Okay, so A is $4.50. Let me get my stuff out. Give me just a second. Didn't have time today Coral. To get these tagged
Art
ahead
and
of time.
Also preschool, says Kim.
Oh, awesome.
It is awesome.
What fun. Okay. Let me get these on here, and I'll give you guys a look at what A is. And then I'm also going to do a count of beads per strand. That would be helpful, huh? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So we have approximately 30 beads per strand, and this is A. So this is a 5x3 rondelle. This is dark red with a bronze finish. It's a nice, beautiful kind of more pink toned red versus an orange toned red. And we have an orange toned red coming up next. So this is a $4.50 a strand. And Alex, can I pass these to you to tag? Or do you want me to tag as I go?
No.
Okay.
All right, what's B?
All right, B is also $4.50 a strand. All right, so this is B, and this is, did you poke yourself?
No, I just like
this
making that noise.
Is ruby red with a bronze finish. So with that bronze finish covering that ruby red, which is that brighter red, it has more of an orange tint to it compared to the last red. So this is more of an orangey.
Thank you, Sandy.
Red. And remember, one strand makes a bracelet as long as you are using the spacer beads in between each one and the little tube bead. Okay, let us, oh, I've got 2 jars of the little hooky doos.
All right, this is C. What's
Moving on to C, these are also $4.50, but don't get comfortable with that, Alex, because not all of these are $4.50. You might need to
start doing this if we start getting.
That's fine. So this is 3x5 rondelle, same as before. Only this one is called Yellow Ivory with a metallic Picasso finish. So I would say this is like a good ivory color. It's a little bit really more cool. Cream than ivory. It's probably showing up a little bit whiter on screen than it actually is. Definitely wouldn't call it yellow.
I like it.
But yeah, it has Alex's stamp of approval. He likes it.
Hey, Mike.
That would be absolutely gorgeous.
He likes it.
Brass or like antique gold charms. That would be super pretty. All right.
Some teeny tiny ghouls, perhaps.
Speaking of ghouls, moving on to green.
Ghouls are green, as we all know.
Most ghouls, anyway. Moving on to D. These are, how much are these? $4.35.
What?
$4.35. It's that beautiful chartreuse olive green. Let's try to focus here. Focus.
You're not focusing.
Move it in and move it back. There we go. Crystal clear. All right. So this has a beautiful kind of cut effect on the bead so that it has brown and gray Picasso wash on top and bottom. But then it has been cut to display that beautiful olivine chartreuse lime colored glass in the middle. This is D, $4.35. Okie dokie.
Hang on.
I'll give you a minute. So thank you very much, Becky. Becky is linking those 2 beads in chat while we wait for Alex to catch up, I just want to show you what Becky's talking about here.
All right, we're on E.
That's this tube bead right here, and that is what we used in the center of our sample bracelets. I believe they come in a pack of 20 in our online store, but Becky can correct me if I'm wrong. All right, moving on to E, and we have this beautiful bead that's $4.50. Alex, can you?
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing's there right now.
Okay. This color is called Honeydew with a silver finish, and I would say that's pretty darn accurate.
That's cool as heck.
Definitely looks like honeydew.
I like it.
We've got a lot of beautiful summer colors this time around. Really kind of juicy colors, as weird as that sounds. It is the way to describe these colors. All right, moving on to F. F is $4.50. And we will hold on for just a second.
F?
So Alex can get caught up. Yep. F is $4.50.
All right, there's F.
Thank you. All right. So we've got
proceed.
F on the screen right here. We've got 3x5 Rondelles. That's the size of beads we've been looking at, approximately 30 beads per strand. These are $4.50, and this is
Lori,
mint.
Did you answer
with
Lori's
a
question?
Picasso finish. I did not see Lori's question.
Lori Wooten asks, are these beads on your online store, or do we have to get these at the live show?
These are just available through the live show right now. We have limited quantity on these. A lot of these are specialty colors and finishes. And unfortunately, we were not the first stop with our Czech glass vendor this time around. So we were not able to get as big of quantities as we normally would like to. So your best bet to get these beads is either through the live show right now, or to pay us a visit over here in Fairview Heights, Illinois, just 15 minutes outside of downtown St. Louis. You can almost see the arch.
Coral, what did you mean by can? Did I miss something? I was busy writing stuff down, so I don't know if that was part of the conversation. But...
Might have been just a
G?
sneeze.
How much is G?
Moving on to G, these are $4.50.
Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
Most of these are around $4.50 tonight.
Good.
All right, we've got G, and this is a fun color mix. I love this. This is like Andy's mint chocolate chip ice cream, something. $4.50. What are we calling these? These are called tea green and transparent glass, and I don't know why we are having such a hard time seeing these tonight, probably because they're so tiny. So anyway, that's a mix with a Picasso finish. So we have like a silver wash on top of a mixture of clear opalescent white and like a mint green and a little bit of that kind of rusty chocolate brown. These are fun. Super, super fun. Definitely, like if you're into that kind of like shabby chic farmhouse jewelry with like the silver and the turquoise. Come
Lori,
on, buddy.
Thank you.
There we go. These are going to be your cup of tea, and it's called tea green. So see what I did there? And guys, keep in mind these are first come, first serve. So we will do our best to fill your order, but we do have limited quantity with these. And one thing to remember is that you do not always see the comments in the order that we see the comments. So you always see your comment first. Moving on to H, these are $4.60. And this is the color that I made the sample out of. This is that beautiful tea green, only this time we have a Picasso and a Mercury finish on top. In the sample, I combined it here with like our gunmetal and antique silver accent beads and our new Buddha charm. Becky has been busy adding a lot of stuff to the new section on our website, and I know that little Buddha charm is one of them. This one is in our pewter finish, though. I want to be clear. This is the pewter finish, not the antique silver. This Lotus, wherever it is, Lotus is the antique silver finish. All right, moving on. This was H. Another new item in the news section of our website that Becky just added is these awesome little globe charms. We actually ordered these in for our monthly fun pack last month. And I was like, oh, I love those. Let's stock them for the store. So if you did not know, we offer a subscription box. It's a once a month subscription box. It is over $35 value each month, and we pack it full. And it's $30 if you subscribe monthly. Otherwise, if you just want to try it out, you can do a one-time purchase too, but you don't save the $5. So.
And thank you, Lauren. All right.
Okie dokie. So that's H.
I is the same price.
Moving on to I. No, actually $4.80 for these guys because they've got a little bit of something extra going on with them. Is that Lou Bega? Who remembers Lou Bega?
Lou Bega.
What, is that Lou Bega?
It is. Mumbo number 5.
All right, so this is I.
I.
These are $4.80. Yeah, you're right. Some things are just meant to be, you know? So
somebody dropped the link for that song.
Perry. No copyright infringements. Don't get the stream taken down.
Copyright infringement?
Don't get the stream taken down. Like if you click and open it. So anyway, this is Periwinkle 3x5 Rondelle. Beautiful kind of light gray purple with a gold splatter finish. These are super cute. This would be awesome to add.
Yeah,
like a blingy
I like those. I'm just gonna say that. And that's how you know.
Yeah.
If they're if I like them.
If they're Alex approved. Oh, thanks, Becky. Becky's linking everything, making it super easy for you guys to shop. That's so cool. Thank you. All right. So if you guys are shopping directly through the website, feel free to go ahead and place your order through the website. And then if you want us to combine it with your live show order, just send us a message or send it in the comments of your order, and we can do that. These are $5.60.
All right, hang on. All right, you're good.
Okay.
All right, you're good.
And this is that bronze bracelet that I made.
I love these ones.
Yeah, these are a beautiful, beautiful
kind of
cobalt blue. So this is called Indigo with a bronze finish. So these have like this beautiful kind of orange, purple, coppery bronze finish on the outside of them. And then on the inside where that kind of window is, it's this incredible cobalt finish or cobalt colored glass. It's very striking. It's like the prettiest lapis you've ever seen.
Both charms are available.
And then
both charms are available individually or discounted in bulk.
Oh yeah, awesome. Did Becky type that in?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, so Becky is our online inventory manager, and a lot of what Becky does is she keeps our site updated with wholesale and retail options for you guys. So I know a lot of you are like super avid jewelry makers, and you buy a lot of things in bulk quantities. So we do have those options available for you to get those bulk discounts through our website. And sometimes it's even, we'll have it drop shipped directly from our manufacturers. That way you get it even quicker if we don't have it in stock. So this was Jay.
Hold on, we got several folks.
Okay. Yeah, Jay is beautiful.
How much was Jay? $5.60.
Yeah. Just to kind of give you a look at our project that we're doing a little bit later tonight. I love these little Buddha charms. They look like Tibetan, like little.
No, we haven't done the tube video yet, Lori. So
no, we'll be doing that as soon as we get through all these pretty beads.
Okay.
Alrighty, on to K. K is $4.80.
Yeah, what's with the jumpy jumps around?
Oh wait, somebody shopped this one early. We have fewer strands on this one. So this is K. This is called Baby Blue with a silver Picasso finish. That's a fun, bright color for this time of year. It's almost like a robin's egg blue. It's like bordering on turquoise because of that Picasso finish. It's really pretty. It's neat. And although it is a nice cool color, you see little bits of warmth in there because of that Picasso finish with the silver finish. Just a hint. The beads look like they are antique and special. They almost look like stones. But then you've got that shimmer finish on top, like that silver wash. All right, moving on to
Thank you, Sandy.
Okay, these are $4.50. We'll just wait for Alex for just a second, guys.
All right, what's the price?
$4.50.
L?
L, yep. I know the alphabet is hard sometimes.
And then
This is always a popular color combination. So this is L. This one is called Pacific Blue with the Picasso finish.
Pacific Bioscience.
$4.50.
Ooh, I like this one, K.
It's really cool. Pacific Blue with the Picasso finish. And again, guys, these are all 3x5 Rondelles that we're looking at. You have approximately 30 beads per strand, which is enough to get you a whole bracelet if you do the bracelet in the same style that we will be showing you tonight.
All right.
Okie dokie.
M.
Moving on to M.
Price?
$4.50.
Cool.
We are looking at M. $4.50. So these guys are called Blue Green with a Picasso etched finish. So these are a matte finish, kind of stone finish bead. Very, very cool. They kind of look like chrysocolla almost, if you will. The camera's not really trying to figure out what to do with them very well, but they are a lot less gray than how they are appearing on screen. They are blue, green, hints of yellow, a little bit of brown. A very cool stone finish bead. All right, moving on to N. We are looking at N. This is $4.50. Okay, so these are tea green. Oh, it helps if you can see it on screen, doesn't it? These are tea green mix with a Picasso finish. So we have that kind of honeydew color from earlier, but this time in an opaque bead. And then we have tea green and a little bit of a darker color than what we normally see that tea green. We've got a beautiful turquoise shade. This is awesome. I can't wait to see some bracelets made up with these. I love the shine and sparkle that these have without even having like a shimmer wash on them.
Very cool.
That color just shows up really well. So Becky says, my favorite jump rings for charms. Yep, those 5mm 16 gauge. So Becky just linked in chat on Facebook. And guys, Becky's linking these on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, you can hop over to Facebook if you want to see the links that Becky's posting in chat. The jump rings that Becky just linked are these right here. So they're also my favorite for charms because they don't open up. You don't have to worry about soldering them. They won't open up on their own. They're just the right size. They're 5mm ID, and 16 gauge. They're super sturdy, but they're not something that, you know, they're gonna hurt your hands trying to open and close. The perfect jump ring. And then Alex, you've got some comments that you're missing because you're not scrolled all the way down. If you wouldn't mind, thank you. And then Stretch Magic, stringing material used in the bracelet Abby will be making later tonight. Becky linked Stretch Magic, yep. And actually on these bracelets I used Opalon because that's what I had on my table. But I would have probably used Stretch Magic if it would have been right in front of me. So O is $4.35. I'm going to wait for Alex to type that in on the screen.
$4.35.
Yep. Thank you. All right. Sorry, guys. This is O. This is $4.35. And this is a beautiful kind of peacock green mix. We've got teal and an olive green. These are an etched finish. They are super cool. We have limited quantity on these as well. Really an interesting texture. Almost metallic, but not quite. Very neat. All right, moving on to P. P is 480. And this is P, 480. So we have emerald with a bronze finish. So this is a great medium tone green. You know, it's right in the middle. It is not a yellow green. It's not a blue green. It is a beautiful emerald, but it doesn't swing blue like a lot of emeralds do. So this has a bronze finish. So like the top and bottom of this bead are going to have that bronze cast, but the middle of it, you see straight through it in that beautiful transparent emerald. All right, moving on to Q.
Hang on.
Okay. So Becky linked Opalon, which is what I used for the bracelets, but Stretch Magic works as well. Q is 450. And moving on to Q. Alrighty, so Q is, what is this called? Oh, cornflower with an etched and gold finish. So this is interesting. It is like a blue-gray purple, blue-gray purple. It's a matte etched finish. So it's a frosted finish, and then we have that cool etching on the bead that makes it look really antique and worn. And then on top of that metallic gold finish, we have an iridescent AB coat. So this bead has a lot going on. Only $450 for all these finishes. Very cool. I would either put this one with bronze or antique gold. Either way, you can make it glam or kind of antique looking. Because either way, it fits in. Moving on to R.
Could you link tubes again, please, Becky?
Becky, if you're still with us, we'd love it if you could link those tubes again. Becky's just on it tonight. Thank you. Give us just a second and we will move on to R. While we are catching up, I'll give you a look at the bracelets that we're going to be showing in just a minute. We are moving on to R. This is R. And this bead is a great kind of denim gray. So how much is this one, Alex? $450. So this is called slate blue with a silver finish. So this is kind of like a frosted finish. And they call it slate blue, and I would say that that's a pretty good description of it. It's like a bluish tinted gray, and then it has that kind of etched kind of mercury finish on top and bottom. Very cool. You could do this with the bright silver tubes or the antique silver tubes. Either way, it'd be pretty cool. There we go. Moving on to S. These are 430. So this is S. This is 430. I'm shocked we haven't opened this up yet. These are incredibly gorgeous. So, and they're only 430. What is this one called? It is called Gray with AB and Mercury finish. That's a really cool one. It's kind of got some green. It's kind of got some purple. It's a really kind of dimensional gray. And then it has that splattery mercury finish and that iridescence from the AB wash. So you see a wide variety of colors here. This is definitely a Becky pick, I bet.
Sweet.
Becky goes for the cool colors and I go for the warm colors, so we're a good team. This is $450. This is T. This is $450. These are sky blue and white with a bronze finish. Now the bronze finish that's on these beads is very light. You know, sometimes they refer to this as a hyacinth finish because it's like a purpley orange color, and it's a very, very light wash. So you just see a slight shimmer iridescence on top of these. Very, very pretty dimensional bead. All right, moving on to U. And U is 435. We have, oh, forgot to show you. U, 435. We have sky blue and amethyst. It's like an opaque sky blue and a transparent amethyst with a Picasso finish. I hope you guys can see these okay. They're so tiny. I know on my viewfinder here on the camera it looks okay, but I know Facebook always decides that it wants to make everything a little bit blurry. Alex, this one's kind of falling apart, so if you can make sure to loop through at least a couple of them, that'd be awesome. Moving on to V, these are 435. Give us just a second to get caught up.
435.
Yep. Becky says, gotta brush my daughter's teeth and I'll be right back. Well, thank you for your efforts just at all tonight, Becky. We appreciate it. So this is V. These are 435. This is, what is this? Cornflower with a Picasso and gold finish. This one is the non-matte version of the, what letter was that we looked at earlier? Of the Q that we looked at earlier. Look. So you see, this one is going to show up a little bit more, I don't know, almost like a dark purple gray, whereas this one's more like a lavender. So this one is V. This is what we're looking at now. And you see a little bit more color variety on this one. It's just so interesting how that kind of etching or matte finish on it can create a completely different color and
How long
mood
are these
to the
strands
bead.
and size of beads?
So Jane Ann, we are looking at, let's see, we are looking at 3x5. This one says 3x5. We're looking at 5x3 rondelles, 3x5 rondelles, and they are approximately 30 beads per strand. So just to give you an idea what that translates into, putting spacers between each bead. This one here is about a 7-inch bracelet, and I had about 5 beads left over on this one. So as long as you're using spacers, you can get a whole bracelet out of one of these. And then of course, depending on your wrist size and your design, you might need to vary that a little bit. What are we on? W?
Yep.
Could you read Kim's comment out loud because I can't
Price.
see that far. 435. All right, we're moving on to W. These are 435.
Could y'all please combine shipping with my website purchases when I
Yeah,
check out?
definitely. Would you mind putting a note on her? Just put combine with website order. All right, so this is W. This is 435. These are pale grape with a bronze and AB finish. These beads are spectacular. The AB finish on this particular bead is just so vibrant and magical and sparkly. These are just incredible. And then with that bronze finish, it adds another layer of depth and dimension. It's like grape Kool-Aid mixed with a little bit of, like, I don't know, Coca-Cola. It's like grape Kool-Aid oil slick.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. All right, on to X.
Price?
I don't know. 435. Okay, so we have a very interesting antique pink color. This is like a clear bead with that kind of hyacinth finish. And so that translates into kind of like a bronzy, pinky, almost green look. Very cool antique bead, or antique look bead. Very neat. All right, moving on to Y. This was a cool new mix that I was stoked to see. These are 560. And this one is called Pink and Medium Sky Blue with bronze and gold finish. So we've got those like really cool, like, I don't know, what would you call this? Like early 90s color combo with that kind of brass and mauve and teal.
Distillation of schmo.
Definitely, I would say early 90s color combo. Love that. And you guys know 90s style is coming back, which just feels so weird. It was just a few years ago, right? All right, moving on to Z. These are 530. This is Z 530. And this one is pink with a copper finish. Although we have a little bit of something else going on there. And it's interesting. It's like pink with white stripe. It's like transparent pink and white stripe with that kind of orangey copper finish. And then they are a matte finish bead. So it's almost like you've got like a pink and white polka dot bead when you look close. They're pretty neat. All right, we only have 3 colors left, and then we're gonna make a bracelet. Oh no, my letters are backwards. Hold on, give me a sec. Flop them around. All right, they're flipped. Okie dokie. Next is, oh, my mom's watching. Hi, Mom. This is AA. This one is 450. 450. So this is transparent, like clear, essentially, with a Picasso finish. So we see some cool color variety. You can see what that Picasso finish looks like when it's done heavy, just on a clear glass. Get a little bit of rust, a little bit of pink, a little bit of brown, a little bit of gray. It's just that cool kind of rusty antique wash. Very, very cool. My mom says, hello. All right, moving on to BB. These are 435.
Hang on.
Give us just a second. Oh, no. Pick it up. Well, while Alex is trying to find whatever he dropped.
Well, don't do that.
Let me show you. These are the bracelets that we're going to be making in just a second. Okay, we're ready to move on. This is BB.
What is this? Price?
They are $435. And we have that rainbow copper 3x5 Rondelles. Beautiful multicolor metallic mix. These are neat. These would be really cool with copper tubes. Very, very cool. I love this mix. This is one of our most popular Czech glass colors. So pretty. All right, last one. You guys ready for it? It is maybe the most boring bead of all, but it's one of our best sellers of all time. And it deserves it because nothing beats a classic Picasso black. This is CC 450. We have black with Picasso finish. Very, very classic. I shouldn't say boring, but you guys know what I mean. It's just the bead you need when you don't know what else to put with it. When you just need a gorgeous, interesting, neutral bead. Black with Picasso finish. That's the one. It's interesting to me how this Picasso finish shows up less brown. I'm sure they have different versions of Picasso finish. I should ask that. But this Picasso finish is a little bit more gray. Okie doke.
Okie dokie.
Alex is going to switch back to face cam in just a
Yes.
second, and he's going to tell you guys how you can shop the replay if you're just joining us.
Yes.
I'm going to go grab my beads, and we're going to make a bracelet.
Hang
in
on.
just a sec. I got to take a drink.
Hang on. Getting these beads.
And I'm tagged because I didn't do it ahead of time. We were kind of busy today. Okay, I'll be back.
Oh, snap. That didn't work. That did not work.
What'd you do today, Alex?
Nothing.
You want to tell our friends what you do now? What you're doing now?
What I've been doing, but now, whatever.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know, man. It's all good. Let me check this. B, got A, Cam B, awesome sauce. All right, we're back. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We do these every single Wednesday
At 7 p.m. Central.
at 7 p.m. Central Time.
So set your clocks to Central Time so you don't miss out.
Yep, that's the joke.
I'm sorry. What color bracelet should we make tonight? Look at all these beautiful beads we have to choose from.
Black.
I kind of want to do...
Why'd you ask?
Do you want me to make a black one? Black's hard to see on screen. I kind of want to do one of the mixes, like one of the 90s mixes. What do you guys think? 90s
It's on
mix?
face cam.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry.
You told me to put it on face cam?
I know. I forgot. You guys
Jan
want to
says
do 90s
turquoise.
mix? Turquoise. Which one? There's so many.
There's no
I already
one.
did a turquoise one though. I already did one of
You
these.
can buy that one. We've got 25 viewers. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube,
If
and
you don't
heart
mind.
it if you're watching on Facebook.
Okay. I'm gonna go get some charms. Alex, tell them what you're doing, what you did today. Please.
Thanks everybody again for hanging out. We do appreciate it. 90s mix. 90s mix, says Sally Shade.
Yay.
90s. You can go to Portland where it's 90s. It's in the 90s still, according to Portlandia. Although that show is old now too. So, maybe it's finally the 2000s over there. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Tell them about your vintage
Mm.
generation. No? Okay.
So I have gotten the opportunity to sell my vintage clothing at a local, what is it? I don't even know how to describe
It's
it.
like a local vintage boutique, and they
Well,
also
that's not
have like
true, though.
artist
Yeah.
artist booths.
It's mostly artists.
Yeah.
And then
Also
part of
vintage.
it.
It started out as like a vintage shop, and then she added consignment booths when she moved to a bigger location. So it's really cool. It's like a really
So if you're ever in the
Cool indie
area
shop.
and want to look at some really cool vintage gear that I have curated, a lot of sports stuff, a lot of music,
a lot of wacky 90s and 80s stuff.
a lot of, cool stuff. I think so. But yeah, I'm pretty anxious about it though, because it's moving away from the internet. I'm good at the internet. I don't know how good this is going to be without me being there to sell the sizzle, not just selling the steak.
I feel like with vintage stuff, like you gotta have that information. Like you gotta know.
It
what
is in
it's-
Collinsville, Illinois. You're still on face cam.
Oh yeah, this is the 90s mix.
It's in Collinsville, Illinois, on Main Street.
It's called Lou Bell and Bang.
Lou Bell and Bing. Yeah, you can follow my Instagram, Artifact Vintage Shop, if you want to. In fact, Brandy Chim. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very anxious about it because I
You're
don't
gonna
know
do great.
if it's gonna be prosperous or not. But
You know, even if it isn't,
were you saucing?
it's cool to at least have the experience of setting it up and giving it a shot and like being a part of it for
Yeah.
a while, you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Nothing's more fun than being a failure.
No, come on. We don't talk like that. Let's switch back to hand cam, please.
Yeah.
You're gonna do great. He and my dad were up there yesterday building the rack, and it was one of those racks that like, so it's a 5 foot by 5 foot L-shaped rack. Do you want to put mini cam up too while we're doing this, since it's kind of like party time? Do you want to do picture in picture?
No.
No? Okay. So he and my dad built this like
Think positive.
L-shaped, like basically like store, like clothing rack kind of thing with shelves yesterday up there in the room that he has his stuff in. And it was kind of one of those things that like didn't come with instructions. It was like it came with papers of like how it goes together, but there's no like actual directions. So guys, I'm using Y, and it was hilarious because, you know, they'd put part of it together and then realized that like, oh wait, that needed to go in this way.
It wasn't that funny, actually.
I'm sorry. I thought it was hilarious.
Well, you weren't helping, so obviously.
Hey, I helped.
Yeah, you said, "Hey, Parker, sit back down."
I did. All right, so just to kind of give you a look at what these beads look like. Whoops, there goes one. What these beads look like in a hand. They are tiny beads, but not like seed bead size. I'm going to start with Opalon. I have black Opalon here just because that's what I had open and in front of me. Becky linked that in chat earlier. So you've got a link to purchase that through our website if you'd like. And I'm just going to cut about 10, 12 inches of that. And when I am using tiny beads and using tiny cord like Opalon, I like to use our mini bead stoppers instead of a full size bead stoppers. These mini seed bead stoppers are great so that they don't put kinks in your cord. You don't want to trust these for your heavier beads. I usually don't even like to use these on medium soft flex because it's like it's not a tight enough grip. But for stretch bracelets, I love them. And then I'm wondering if I should use the gold bead. I think I do want to use the like bright gold tube. Wow.
He's
confirmed.
Back.
Alex is showing me wrestling stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. CM Punk's coming back, everybody. It's a great day.
What do you guys think? Should I do these charms? I've got like a little yogi and a Buddha here. Should I use these charms on the gold tube, or should I do the brass tube? Let me know in chat. I'm gonna start stringing my beads, and you can let me know what tube I should use. So the beads that I'm using for this project are our hex beads. Becky, if you're back, if you could link this in chat. These little beads, or if anybody else who's watching knows what these are from our website, feel free to link them. They're cute little beaded hex beads. So I'm going to use those in between each. And pardon my yellow tinted fingernails. Oh, thanks, Becky. I've been using turmeric, and you know what that does. Okay, so I have my Opalon here. I have my mini bead stopper on the end. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start by stringing one of my Rondelles. The gold tube, awesome. Yep, I will definitely do that. And then I'm going to do one of the antique beaded beads. Becky, what even do we call these? I use them so much that I should know what they're called. But what is so awesome about spacing these little rondelles apart with these beads is you get to see like a wider variety of the finishes, or like a wider surface area, I should say, of the variety of finishes that are on these beads. Because some of these specialty beads have so many things going on them, like multiple finishes, multiple colors. And when they're all packed together on a strand, it's sometimes hard for you to see everything that they have going on. But when you space them apart with something a little bit smaller, you get an opportunity to see the sides of the beads. So you see like a better view, a better picture of the bead. And it just displays them so beautifully, in my opinion. And I love that these beads kind of mimic the shape, or these spacer beads kind of mimic the shape of these rondelles. And I'm going to string a couple on here and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. What do we call what? The hex beads. We just call them hex beads, but I don't know what the official name is. So Sally says, do you have to pre-stretch opal on? It's probably not a bad idea, but with this one, I just stretch it when I'm tying it. So look how you can see. Try to get it to focus. Your opal on? Sometimes I do, but not on projects like this because opal's pretty darn strong and these beads are lightweight. If I feel the need to use heavier beads, honestly, I'll just switch to Stretch Magic because Opalon is better for lightweight things and Stretch Magic is better for things that don't have to stretch too far or for heavier beads. But isn't that pretty how you can see just a wider variety there of those finishes? Do you have a product code, Abby? I can't find them on the website. I'll try and find them real quick. Excuse me. Give me just a sec, guys. I'm going to try to find those. One second. It is possible that we don't even have them on the website, but I was pretty sure that we did because they were what we used in the beaded tennis bracelet class that Chow used to teach way back when. Let's see here. Beads, spacer beads. Let's see what we're gonna call them. In just a sec, almost there. Maybe they're faceted. I think they're faceted 3 millimeters. Let me just type that in the search real quick, and that might get me there. I should have come prepared. Yeah, they're called 3 millimeter faceted spacer beads. And you know what, Becky? I'm just going to link them in the chat because I have them right here. Oh, I wasn't even on there. Becky, you got it right. They are 0422. Yep, thank you. Okay, so we're just going to keep stringing like this. Alex, I'm done. You can come back. And let's see. Let me scroll up in chat because I know I missed some. We call them hex beads. Yep. Okay. Back on track. So, one thing that I see people doing a lot with Opalon, and I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum, but I'm going to tell you what I don't like seeing with Opalon. A lot of times people will double it, but they'll only use one piece of Opalon. And that creates like a tighter stretch, I guess, like a more firm stretch. But here's my thought with that. Like if you are going to want a tighter stretch feel, because Opalon is super stretchy. If you want a tighter stretch feel, you need to probably just switch over to Stretch Magic, because what happens with Opalon, when you have two pieces of like a braided kind of fibrous cord rubbing together constantly throughout your beads, it is going to shred faster. And as you may know, if you've worked with Opalon for a while and you have bracelets that you've loved for a long time with Opalon, you might know that Opalon is prone to fraying. So if you are looking for something just to be your all-purpose stretchy bracelet cord for, let's say, gemstones that aren't super tiny, or for larger glass beads, anything, let's say, bigger than a 4 millimeter, I mean, you could get by with, like, depending on what it is, you could get by with 6s on Opalon. But oh, wrong one. But anyway, if you're using big beads, I would say just switch on over to Stretch Magic, because you're going to have a more durable, long-lasting bracelet that way, as long as you're using the right thickness of Stretch Magic. I like to reserve Opalon either for when I need to do like bead weaving type projects, where I'm going through a couple of times where I need that intense stretchiness, but not for simple stringing projects unless it's something very lightweight. Lightweight, yes, by all means, I prefer Opalon to Stretch Magic. I will always pick Opalon over Stretch Magic for very lightweight stringing projects. But for heavier, all-purpose, more durable, or bracelets that need a more durable cord, I will go with Stretch Magic. And one thing that I love about Opalon is that it is a little bit more beginner friendly to tie the knots, because it's not as slick. Sometimes people don't like Stretch Magic because they're like, I tie a knot and it doesn't hold. Well, you have to kind of stretch the knot as you tie it. It opens the pores in the elastic, and it allows it to kind of grab onto itself, if that makes sense. As it releases, then it'll hold a little bit more. And then the trick is to add glue, of course, to the knot. With Opalon, they say it's not required, but I recommend it. Otherwise, you're going to have to tie a bunch of knots, but knots are a little bit less scary with Opalon. Okay, so I am almost to the end of my bracelet, super quick. And of course, if I wasn't holding this like, you know, full arms extension, this would even be quicker. But what we're doing now, I've held about 5 beads off to give me about maybe a 7-inch bracelet. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at it, make sure we love it, which personally I do. Love it, love it, love it. And then you guys picked the bright gold tube for me, so I appreciate that. I'm going to string that on the end, making sure that I am finishing with one of the Rondelles. Let me sit down so I can actually look at this. Finishing with one of the Rondelles rather than with the faceted 3 mil. And that makes it a little bit of a, I don't know, more high contrast look. And then I'm just gonna get a different tube. This one might have a little catch on the end of it. It's like it can go through, but I don't want to fight it, because you guys will be waiting for me to fight it forever. Yeah, it gives it a little bit more of a high contrast look. Come on. Of course, after I have had a bunch of caffeine, I'm going to be shaky through it. Hi, welcome back. I'm struggling with my Opalon, and I don't know why. Maybe I should have just went and grabbed the Stretch Magic anyway. The Opalon's like a little bit wobbly sometimes, so it's not quite as stiff.
Off to the grocery store. Have a good night. Great stream, Abbi and Alice. Thank you. Enjoy your night.
Hey, thanks.
Be safe. Don't do anything I want to do.
Alrighty.
You got an angry react. Hope that was an accident.
I hope so too. Give me just a sec,
Hi,
guys.
Mom.
I don't know what's up with me tonight. I'm getting nervous. It's starting to get sweaty.
Well, that's what half of it looks like, at least. So, we have to go soon.
Alrighty.
You got some stuff in your hair too.
I do. Is it food?
I don't know.
Part of
Did
my
you eat that?
sandwich. Oh no, that's a plastic. I was punching holes in plastic bags. It's plastic confetti. All right. Well, let's just pretend we're using the gold one because I wonder if the gold ones are not quite as smooth on the inside. Or maybe I'm just true. I mean, I whipped these bracelets up in no time before the stream. They did not even have them done at all today. Right before the stream, I finished them. Okay, so we're just gonna pretend like I used the antique gold, and then you guys will have to fight with it at home because it is a little bit stickier than the brass. If I wanted to fight with it, I could, but I am not wanting to struggle with 20 people watching. So to save you guys from just staring at me struggling, we're going to switch colors. So using the antique brass 5mm jump ring that Becky linked earlier, we're just going to open that up. I'm going to hook on our antique gold Buddha charm that I believe Becky linked earlier. If not, you can just type in Buddha in the chat, or not in the chat, in the search bar of our website, or just scroll down a little bit in the new section of our website. We're going to string that right on. And then we are also going to string on our little yogi. There we go. And then look how cute that is. So it gives you a little bit of movement here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that tail, or take the mini bead stopper off the tail end, and I'm just going to tie a square knot here. I'm going to give myself just a little bit more room on this side just by scooching everything down a little bit. I've got a little bit more room to tie. And then I'm going to do a square knot. So I like to give it a couple bounces, and that kind of puts some stretch into this. So that eliminates the need to pre-stretch with opal on anyway. I don't advise that for stretch magic. And then we're just completing the bracelet just with a few square knots. If I was not live streaming, I would add a dab of glue to this. And then we're going to get our cutter and just trim pretty darn close to those knots. Don't worry about opal on because it'll hold your knots really well. And then you can just tuck that knot right into the tube. Here we go. I wonder why that gold was giving me trouble. Actually, I kind of love the brass with this. What do you guys think? Maybe it was a happy accident that the gold was giving me trouble tonight, because I love this. It kind of sets off the antique finish and kind of matches that more brassy gold on those 90s mixed beads. But I love this. Oh my gosh. What do you guys think? I'll try it on so you guys can see how it fits and how it looks on. And then I'm going to stack a few of them on so you can see what it looks like as a stack. Jinian says, just one knot to finish. No, I do a couple of them with opal on. Opal on does a good job of kind of sliding in a little bit easier. It lays down flat. It's not as stiff as stretch magic. But I would just kind of check to make sure that whatever you're tucking it into can be a good receptacle for it. So yeah, they're super easy, super quick, and I had 5 or 6 beads left over from just that little strand. And those tubes are a great cost-effective way to really pack a punch in your designs. And then
Sally says, I think the brass tube was a happy mistake because I can see the charms better.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would have been too much if I would have used the gold. Now, kind of looking at it all together now. And really, guys, there's nothing wrong with the gold tubes other than just that, you know, with that plating on the outside of it, gold is like, I don't know, it's like a shinier, thicker plate on it. And so it's just a different texture, and it was just sticking, and I didn't want to fight with it. But I promise it goes through because we've strung those tubes on opal on before. But yeah, I love this project. I love using these little itty bitty rondelles because they give you so much visual interest on such a tiny little bead, which is just darling. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Let's see. Yeah, happy. Yeah. I was reading a comment. Thanks. Kim says, love this. I think I'm going to make these with my daughters and friends for my birthday. Oh, that would be such a fun birthday party. When's your birthday? That would be awesome. And then the other thing is with this, when you've got those charms, up here, when you've got those charms kind of dancing around on the tubes, if you are not the greatest at closing jump rings all the way, you don't have to worry about it sliding off over your stretch cord, like slipping in between your beads and sliding off over your stretch cord, because it's a thicker piece. So there's no way that you're going to leave a big enough hole in your jump ring that it would slide all the way off. So it's like, it's more secure this way. And then also moving around on the metal, of course, it's going to be a lot more wear resistant too, versus kind of sliding around on your beads. July 7th. Awesome. Well, happy early birthday. That is such a fun thing to do, is just like get creative with your friends and family. We did like a little bracelet making station at our daughter's birthday party, and she was turning 6. And we thought, oh, I don't know if anybody's going to do this, but some of those kids just like got really into it and spent almost the whole birthday party over there making bracelets. It was fun.
Thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah,
we appreciate it. Same time, same place, 7 p.m. on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yeah. We doing something this Friday or no?
We'll see.
Because of the horseradish festival.
We shall see.
We'll see. Maybe we'll be here Friday.
I'm a bit of a wild card.
Yeah, he is a wild card. But otherwise, we'll be looking at more beautiful new Czech glass next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Adios.